The hardest thing to do is to take the first step on the path to improvement. But once you take that first step, it's easier to then take another, then another, then another. Because greatness isn't achieved by taking just one step, but it's about taking lots of small steps, the small decisions you make throughout the day that all add up to achieve that goal. It's easy for us to look at people that are doing well, that are getting good grades, that are volunteering, that are getting work experience, that seem to be completely unfazed at university, and think, that person just got lucky. They're cleverer than me. They're more academic than me. They have more support than me. But the reality is that they took that first step to self-growth, and then they took another step, and another. And what you're seeing is the result of them making dozens of right decisions every day. They get up, they don't make excuses, and they go out, get their head down, and study. So why not you? Because that can be you. But you need to start getting things moving. You need to take that first step. Whatever it is, whether it's waking up an hour earlier or studying for an extra hour that night, it doesn't really matter what it is, because it's just one step. And from there, it'll encourage you to take another step, and then another. And everyone that you look up to, you can be that person. You can become the person that people look up to, because we all have greatness deep within us. But only a few have taken the steps to become great. Everything you want, you can have. It's not out of reach. The only thing stopping you is you and your actions. What you do today will determine whether you ever reach it.
Some of you, the reason why you're not where you want to be is because you're a slave to your feelings. You give in to your feelings. You don't feel like waking up, so you don't wake up. You don't feel like studying, so you don't study. You don't feel like going to the gym, so you don't go to the gym. And that's the problem, because it's very rare that you actually feel like doing the things you need to do. And how do you fix this? There's just one way. You have to ignore how you're feeling and do it anyway. You need to get your studying done. It doesn't matter how tired you are. So what? Everyone around you is also tired. Just don't think about it. You just know that it's something that has to be done. You're at university to study. It's just what you have to do. Don't give in to the immediate gratification that is whispering in your ear, because it's an easy hill to slide down. Once you make one bad decision, then you make another, and then another, and before you know it, you're failing exam after exam after exam. You need to take action before you get to that point.
The irrationals. For everyone that doesn't want to just live an average life. In order to craft a life that you love more than the life that you have today, you have to start being a little irrational. Reasonable people adapt themselves to the world. Unreasonable people attempt to adapt the world to themselves. All progress, therefore, depends on unreasonable people. So, you have two options right now. You can either be one of life's reasonable people, or you can be someone who's slightly unreasonable. Somebody who demands more from life. And if you haven't already started, you can start right now, starting with one small decision. How many hours are you planning on studying tonight? Or tomorrow? Ask yourself that. Right now. How many hours are you planning on studying? That's great. Now double it. That's how many hours you will study tonight. It's an easy first step to make. So simple, but it can kick you out of your comfort zone. Go with the non-traditional path. The road less traveled. Be a leader. Be revolutionary.
Be the person that's putting in the work, that's putting in the hours, that's putting in the study time. While everyone else is playing the short-term game, dreaming and hoping that everything will work out in the end, you're going to be studying. When you're in your early 20s, this is the time you need to work. This is the time you need to get your head down and study, while you don't have all the baggage that you're going to have in your late 20s and 30s. Right now is the time where you can grind at your full potential. It's harder for the 30 and 40-year-olds that have had to go back to university because they wasted their education when they were younger. It's harder to be studying full-time when you have a family that you need to feed. So if you're lucky enough to be going through your education with no baggage, with no kids, with no financial responsibilities, with nothing dragging you down, then take full advantage of it. The next time you need to study and you catch yourself questioning whether to procrastinate a little more or to actually go and study, please recognize how lucky you are to be in that situation. Please recognize how many millions of people would love to be in your shoes right now.